landlord. That man is not allowed in my pub. It's the landlord. I'm not going to physically hurt him. That man... That's assault. I am not bothering you. I am not bothering him. That man is not allowed in my pub.
That we're going to do things differently. We're going to tell the truth, even when they are hard truths.
Something massive just happened in the UK, and it's sending shockwaves through the nation. A dramatic confrontation between the British Patriots and counter-protesters erupted in the streets of Newon, exposing deep fractures in British society. But what's really behind this, and what does it mean for the future of the UK? Stay with me, because what you're about to see is more than just a protest, it's a battle for the soul of the nation. Police intervention, insults hurled, and an ideological war playing out right before our eyes. Who's right, who's wrong? And most importantly, what happens next? We break it all down, right now. Yesterday, the streets of Newon became the latest battleground in the growing cultural war dividing Britain. The British Patriots, a movement advocating for sovereignty, national pride, and the preservation of traditional values, held a protest calling for sweeping changes to the UK's immigration policies, cultural priorities, and national identity. But before they could even make their voices heard, chaos erupted. Counter-protesters stormed the scene, branding the demonstrators as racists and bigots. Verbal clashes turned into physical confrontations. Police had to step in. The entire event quickly spiraled out of control.
Oh, go.
Now, let's break this down. Who are the British Patriots? And why is their movement growing? Are they defenders of national identity? Or is there a darker side to their agenda? The British Patriots have been gaining traction across the UK, rallying thousands who believe that Britain is losing its identity. Their demands: stricter immigration controls, a focus on British industries, and policies that put UK citizens first. Many in the movement argue they're simply fighting against what they see as a government that has prioritised globalisation over its own people. But not everyone sees it that way. Critics argue that the British Patriots' rhetoric isn't just about pride, it's about exclusion. They claim that this movement fosters division, targeting multiculturalism and minority communities in a way that fuels tension rather than unity. And that's exactly what played out in the Newon. Counter-protesters, many aligned with progressive movements, showed up in force to shut down what they saw as a dangerous nationalist agenda. Clashes broke out, insults were hurled. The police had to intervene to prevent full-scale riots. But here's where things get even more controversial. The UK police, tasked with maintaining order, made a bold move. Officers pushed back the counter-protesters, allowing the British Patriots to continue their demonstration. Immediately, accusations of bias flooded social media. Some praised the police for protecting free speech, while others accused them of taking sides. The big question now: was this a fair enforcement of the right to protest? Or did the police just embolden nationalist movements across the UK? And where does this leave the UK as the political climate heats up? What happened in the Newon isn't just an isolated incident. This is part of a larger trend sweeping across the UK and beyond. Nationalist movements are gaining momentum, while counter-protests are becoming more aggressive. The country is at a crossroads, and what happens next could define the future of British identity. Experts warn that if tensions continue to rise, Britain could see more violent clashes, deeper social divides, and an even greater strain on the government to control unrest. But is there a solution? Can the UK find common ground, or are we headed toward an even more fractured society? We need to hear from you. Is the British Patriots movement a fight for Britain's future, or a dangerous step backward? Was the police response justified, or did they overstep? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this debate isn't just happening in the streets. It's happening right now, in this very conversation. This is just the beginning. More protests are on the horizon, more policies are in the works, and we'll be here to break it all down. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. The fight for Britain's future is far from over.